All right, all right. Okay. All right, what's up, everybody? Little quick stream. Today we'll be reading chapter 77, and then we'll go over. This is kind of random, but we'll go over my top 10 favorite side antagonists or villains in JoJo's. I was thinking about that last night, actually, or yesterday. I was just kind of in my head trying to figure out who are my favorites, and I think it's mainly because of what we got with Diego last chapter that really made me think about this. And it's been a long time since we've actually done any type of ranking or of sorts. So yeah, we'll get that after the chapter. that won't take that much time. It'll just be a little quick thing. So yeah. So I guess we'll just jump right into chapter 77. I mean, real quick, my thoughts. Last chapter, one of my favorites of JoJo's, and you know, this part. What an awesome character in Diego, huh? He was a great character. Is he better than, you know, the Dio that we got in the anime? I'm not quite sure about that one yet, if I like Diego over him, but... So yeah, I mean, the Johnny and Gyro stuff as well at the end, as you guys saw, got me emotional a little bit. So yeah, everything about that last chapter was just awesome, and now it looks like we're gonna go after Valentine for real this time. Now it's the time where I get scared for Gyro. I feel like there's no turning back from here, and it seems like maybe the what's it called, the sign, like the bear sign, kept moving. It seems like Johnny kept looking at it, so I'm guessing this might be because of Valentine's stand that it's doing that, which I don't know why, or maybe it's because of Jesus, because we did see, maybe it's because the corpse is starting to form. It could be that, so let's see. Alright. Let me just check if everything's looking good. It's taking some time. Alright. Okay, let's get into chapter 77. Let's see. Already the art's looking crazy. Yeah, one thing I'm interested to see is how Valentine, if we see what Valentine thinks about what just happened, because Dio went absolutely crazy on him, so I'm interested to see what he thinks about all of that. So it looks like all the different Valentines. Insane art. Yep, and when he got rolled. Hurry, my consciousness is... Wait. So someone, I mean like another version of himself? This is trippy. I see, I understand. I don't know if... The base has come to me. The ability from the neighboring world has moved to me. Now I have become the base. Okay. So the stand from that version went to this version, so now he's the original, kinda. The me down there has had his throat cut. That was close. Shall we go back before C to the neighboring base world where the corpse is? The John, he's still doing this. This guy. His ability is just insane. The fact that there's just other versions of himself that can actually become the real one. Like, there's not even an actual real version of him now. It's just he's the same person in any universe. And now he's getting transported with the glass. Yeah, which is something that we saw last chapter, that or the previous chapter, where Diego didn't let him do that, but now he's able to. Okay. Jar, the passenger's car's window is breaking. It's the lead car. That's the car Lucy still is in, meaning the president to New Jersey. Looks like we're already entering New Jersey. We're already this far. There's the sea. Yeah, they also kept talking about the sea and the ocean and all that. You can see it in the distance. So crazy. What's up? I don't want to butcher your name, but so I'm just gonna call you Rich. What's up? Yeah, we made it, boys. We're here. That's the Atlantic Ocean, huh? The Atlantic Ocean is already in sight. We've traversed the continent. We made it. This sign keeps following us. Jaro, is that about the bear warning sign in this area? Honestly, how many of those signs are there? It's the same, I think. Even though we haven't seen any in front of us, and we've only seen them when we've turned around. You can call me Sue? Probably I can say that, right? This kind of reminds me, just the creepiness kind of reminds me of when Ringo was using his ability and we kept like looking back and everything, and it was the same place, the same tree. SBR the best of JoJo's? He might just be. So did Johnny shoot it? Yeah. What is going on? The signs caught up to us. Now we're just throwing stuff at the sign. The water... It's true, it did catch up to us, but what the hell is this? And what does it mean? Why is there a sign stalking us? Now we keep seeing the New Jersey sign. Anyhow, something odd is definitely going on. Something I don't understand. For a while now, there's been a weird mood to our surroundings. Something's off, but what the hell is it? He should be keeping the corpse all to himself now that it's almost over. But is there some new enemy besides the president? Like you said, the engineer of that train, maybe? Yeah, that maybe. Because that could be someone. I guess I was just kind of going with the assumption that we're not gonna get any new Stan users. But we could actually get one, there's still some time. But I kind of assumed that Valentine was gonna be the last enemy here. But that might be a good sort of hypothesis to make. At the very least, there must be an engineer on that train. Voice crack. Okay, I mean, how is there even... I mean, they don't look like normal fishes to me, but... there's something in that pool of water, tons of them. Get back. Are those stands? I mean, not automatically, I'm thinking about the little shark, I don't remember the name, but the little shark in part 5 with Tatsiano and the other dude. That little shark that can move from water to water. The no look is crazy from Gyro. It bit his finger. How did he even... What is that posture? What is that gonna do to him now? Get away from them. Get back. Get away from that pond. It's touching the water. Fish, there were freshwater fish underneath the bear sign and they attacked us. Get further back, let's go, follow the train. What the hell is this? What's with these fish? I don't know, but the worst thing we can do is waste our time getting stuck here, let's go. I feel like that bite mark is gonna do something. We're gonna follow the train. Our goal is rescuing you, Lucy, and defeating the president. Gyro, did that fish bite you just now? I know it tried to. He says it's okay, as he just looked. Something is going on. Let's just get out of here. We'll catch up and stop the train first. I don't know what kind of guy he is, but first we need to beat up the engineer. Hot pants. Lucy. This looks insane, bro. What is even going on? Like, is Jesus like getting reborn and he's just... Oh my god. I mean, this looks like an armor almost. The art is just crazy, man. Araki is just going insane. I really like the way it looks, all the forms, the shapes. What is this? Lucy still. She has all 9 parts collected inside her body, and now she's become the corpse she's breathing. The fly, we see the water again. Something just now, something moved. When Dio went out the window after the president, what on earth happened? Did he kill him or did he lose? But something is odd all of a sudden inside this train. Oddpants here in such trouble. No, it's just becoming one with the... What? The furniture drawing together. No, that's not it. It's not just the furniture, it's not my imagination. Even that door is coming toward me. So it's like the sign and what's happening there? Valentine, to see an ability for the first time, huh? This new phenomenon. I'm just trying to figure out, is that because of Jesus or is that because of Valentine's then? It seems like it might be more Jesus related, but... He just looks... I like how there's arrows to show us. New ability. Do you perhaps think that this is a stand ability of a new subordinate of mine? Perhaps you suspect the train's engineer is the user? Oh, bro's just reading Gyro and Johnny's thoughts, huh? Fingers on your right hand. On your right hand. What? Her nails? And we have all the... I mean, she did touch the glass, right? So now it's all coming and... But even for me, this is the first time I've experienced this ability. That phenomenon is... What did you say? What on earth is this inside my end when there's a spider crawling inside my end? No, it's not just a spider, there are flies too, even in my fingernails. And Valentine attacks her as she's distracted. I mean, this might be it for Outpins here. Yeah, this is kind of funny for Valentine because he's kind of tasting his own medicine, right? Because when people see Valentine stand, they don't understand, right? It's so trippy. So now he's kind of maybe in that same situation where he's kind of not sure about what the ability does and everything. God. What's up, Yuan? What's up, CCO? Yeah, not that late. I mean, we're about to end the chapter, but... Okay, so she touches the frame. Right now, something has come into operation. The stand talks now. This phenomenon has just begun to occur. Whose ability is it? The engineer at the front of the train? No, Chiga. Wrong. Right now, what is just starting to happen? I've just begun to understand. Again, this reminds me to, obviously, gravity. You think about gravity always in JOJO's. But it's also like, again, when we saw Jesus, the ability with Blackmore and everything, with things moving in gravity, this... I feel like there's a link to that maybe here, but there's something more to it than just what happened at that time. What is happening? It's getting... tighter and everything is just... The window frame is... It's the land gyro, it's not the bear sign that's following us. The plot of land itself is following us, the trees, the river, the grass, the ground too. They're all coming this way toward us. Yeah, okay, so everything is coming toward... Okay, again, gravity. I mean, there's just so many things that are similar to this that come to mind, like obviously... With Axel, with his stand, everything going into you. You know, this is the same thing in that matter. I mean, just the scale of this right now is reminding me a little bit of everything in part 6 with Pucci, like just the scale of everything. Also with when we got the little backstory with Jesus and everything. All the life forms kind of move things around like this. My meat spray isn't working. The window frame has gone inside my body and it's moving the spider and the other bugs in my arm. I need to get them out fast. She's pleading. Something... No way. As Johnny and Gyro are right there. Is Outpins actually... I mean... Is she dead? Things are converging. The sofa, the door, the scenery outside, this train car itself. This train car itself and the size of the window frame. Everything drawing together with Lucy still as the center. Okay, so she's the center of the gravity. That's crazy, man. I understand this is an ability that the corpse is manifesting, which means it is my ally. He's like, again with this. So yeah, it is the ability, it is the corpse. So nothing to do with Valentine. Bro, is our arm getting bigger, or is that just... I think it might just be perspective. Poor Lucy, man. Why she gotta go through this? Really, I love the art here as well. The pose of Valentine here. Valentine is just drawn super well. That's it. Yeah, I love that Araki is continuing with this, with the gravity stuff. Again, very similar to part 6, with Pucci kind of being the center of gravity in a way. I also really like how it ties, like, Lucy is at the center, she's drawing everything together. I like how, even without the ability, it was already kind of that, right? Everyone was coming to save Lucy, she has the corpse parts, Jesus chose Lucy in a way, and Valentine needs her for that. So I like that now, gravity being that, like, there's substance there. I like this. Valentine's stand is so confusing, but I like his stand. Yeah, I agree. I mean, Araki is just very good with time abilities in general. It can be confusing, but I think, you know, the payoff of this, when you do understand everything, makes it so much better than anything you could have. So in general, I'm a big fan of time abilities. Let's call it back in memory. Yep. Once you know how it works, it's so easy to understand. 07 for Outpens. Yeah, I mean, it looks like it might be it for her. I don't... I'm not even sure how she died. Is she just dead because of the wooden stick just, like, killed her somehow? Like it, you know, hit her brain or something? Because it's weird, right? Because the things are just getting absorbed, but it didn't look like it was actually doing damage. Like it was just going through, I don't know, just mixing together, where it looks like it might have just actually stabbed her. I don't know. Because she obviously is bleeding from the nose, so... That's brutal, man. I'm just dying there. So let's see. It's a pretty lengthy chapter. Today, it was confirmed that SBR will be on Netflix. Yeah, I saw that. I mean, here's praying that the episodes come weekly and not in a batch is what I'm hoping for. If it can come weekly, then I'm fine with Netflix, but I'm a little bit scared, I'm gonna be honest, that it just drops in batches. So we'll have to see with that, but... We are getting the trailer in like a week and a half at this point, so we'll see if we get more information maybe there, but I'm excited for that. Okay, so real quick, as I wanted to do that, we'll go over I wanted to do a little top 10 favorite side antagonists, side villains. So we're not gonna be counting main villains here. So you guys maybe can guess as well who you think is where. I already got the list done. So I'll also make the screen easier for you guys to see. You guys can also let me know who's your favorites, side antagonists. let's remove this. Good. Alright, so can you guys see well? I don't know. I can't really see. Actually, I think you guys can see that. Okay. Side villains in JOJO, in JOJO's, yes, in JOJO's. Part 1 to part 6. I hope they don't make SBR's animation bad. I have hopes. I do think it's gonna look good, just based on the staff, on who's working on the anime. I have faith. So, how do I... Not too long, just need to figure out that. I don't remember how to do this. Is it like this? I think so. I have to go study. See you next time. Alright, see you next time, Sue. Have a good time studying. Good luck. So hold up. Okay, then maybe I can do this. Oops. Alright. This I can. Alright, so let's do this. Okay, so we'll start from the bottom, from the top 10. So I have actually like 2 characters that I didn't know if I should include them because I'm not sure if I consider them antagonists or villains, so we'll talk about them afterwards. So I think I'll show you guys my from top 10 to top 5, and then once we get to top 5, maybe I'll ask you guys if you have any guessed by that point. So when it comes to top 10, for me, it's very interchangeable. Like there's a few different ones that I could put top 10, but the one I went with, so top 10 is Chocolata. Top 10 is Chocolata. I think Chocolata, his backstory, the way he was firstly introduced, was one of my favorites in terms of side villains in all of JoJo's. I don't think he went that much higher as I saw more of him, which is why he's at the bottom. Top 10, he's not higher. I think his intro and his backstory and the way his ability was used, the scale of it, I think is what makes him top 10 for me. Let me get the paper, let's see. So, other mentions I could have top 10 was... okay, I don't remember how to say his name, but Ghiaccio, I think. Ice Guy, Ice Boy in part 5. We have All Horse, Pesci, and Prosciutto. So I could put those guys in there. CCO says, I think my top 5 without part 8 stuff. Diego, 2 Ringo, 3 Vanilla Ice, 4 Risotto, 5 Sandman. Nice, nice. It's pretty good. We'll see how mine looks. So top 10, we have... not top 10, top 9, sorry. Andul, again, another name I'm not too confident in saying, but I've actually like rewatched some episodes of part 3, and one of the episodes was with Andul, and I think he's another one of those antagonists that is very effective. I really enjoyed this character the whole time he was on screen. I think he was interesting, his relationship and how he elevated Dio as a character as well. His stun ability was really cool. I really enjoyed the fight. The fact that he's blind, everything about him was really enjoyable. Top 8. This one's interesting. Actually, let me see, because I actually don't know how to spell his name. So let's just make sure. Okay, so top 8 we have Riquiel, from part 6, another Dio, not another, but a Dio son. I really enjoyed him. One of my favorite, definitely, antagonists in part 6. He was awesome. I feel like on rewatch and with time, I actually enjoyed this character even more than my first watch through. Yeah, his fight overall was just really cool. Once again, at the end, everything that he told us about Pucci, he was just really cool in the fight. That's really all there is to him. I think it was just really fun. Yeah, the cowl dress, dude. There's a spider called Andul. Interesting. Okay, so next we have at the top 7 Blackmore. So her first entry from part 7, Blackmore. I think in general, I do think, I mean, part 7 is just killing it with the side antagonists. I definitely think it's the best part by far when it comes to side antagonists. Blackmore was great. Once again, very cool presentation, his ability, the way it worked, the way Araki presented it, the way he's walking on water, his moment with Jesus, his fight. Yeah, overall just a really, really fun character. The mask as well on him was really dope. Yeah, the lines of dialogue he had with Gyro and Johnny at the end there, how it talks to the themes of the part, like he was just a very effective and good villain. At the top 6 we have Wamu, part 2 character. I feel like, to me, Blackmore and Wamu, I could change them, like Blackmore could be top 6, but I decided to go with Wamu here. I like this dynamic with Joseph. He's kind of the more typical warrior type, right? That just wants respect, fights with dignity and respect, and he respects his opponents. So he's just, again, I'm using the word respect, but he's a very respectable villain. I think that's the most enjoyable part of his character. I also like his dynamic with Cars as well. How so different he is than Cars, how they contrast each other. Yeah, his moment with Caesar, that whole episode is definitely one of my favorites in part 2, so yeah, very, very good. He also has the Aya Haya moment in the theme song, so that adds to it as well. All right, so top 5. Not that we got those. Any guess on who my top 5 could be? Maybe risotto? Okay. Henry says risotto as well. Interesting. Alright, so top 5. Entering the top 5, we have Vanilla Ice. I actually haven't like rewatched those episodes that much with Vanilla Ice in a while, so I'm not like super knowledgeable with Vanilla's Ice character, maybe as the others, but yeah, I mean, just the fact like he's the first real villain and basically the last before Dio where he actually kills some people, like for real. Like he pulls up and kills 2 characters just like that. So he's a very scary antagonist. His stem is just so cool, especially in the anime, the way they adapted it with the sound effect. That stem was just awesome and scary as well. Yeah, his fight with Polnareff, very great. The way he was just beating up Iggy there was very tough to watch, but again, it makes him a good villain. Just his relentless. Okay, I'm not gonna try to say that word right now. But the way he just kept standing up after getting killed for Dio, like his absolute loyalty to Dio was very well displayed. Yeah. Top 10 fights in all of JoJo's? It might be, I don't know if I need to think about that, but it might be. Yeah. I don't have much else to say about him, but I think those 2 things were so well done that it makes him top 5 for me. Okay, so top 4. Since you guys have said it, I'm not gonna ask you guys here, but top 4, it is indeed risotto. Yeah, so risotto, I would say this is where there is actually a pretty big gap. So if I'd like to do something, it would be like this here. If there was like tiers, it would probably be like this. So I would say those characters here, and then those are somewhat close, and then here, like between risotto and Vanilla Ice, for me personally, there's a little bit of a gap. So risotto, I mean, I would say really before we actually see him fight, where we actually really get to see him against Doppio, or why am I blanking on his name right now? Oh my god, this is embarrassing. Okay, it's gonna come back to me. I'm literally just having a brain fart right now. But yeah, when he's fighting, before he's fighting Doppio, I feel like the only thing that really dragged me to risotto was just his aura, like his presence, his screen presence. Obviously his design is awesome, the red eyes with the black eyes. I think the VA, the voice acting, was awesome with him. It was perfect. Just the little glimpses of his ability, the way he was using it in terms of the vibe of the arc of the Mafia. And obviously him being the leader of the Hitman team. So indirectly, is dynamic with Bucciarati in that they were both, you know, the captains of their own team, and they were both looking over their own team in a way. That was great. But then once he gets against Doppio, is where he really shines. Yeah, his fight with Doppio, one of my favorites for sure. It's probably top 5 for me. In terms of fights in JoJo's, it's probably top 5. I mean, he was beating Doppio like he was literally winning, but I mean, to be fair, Doppio did do a good move. Like, it wasn't just, you know, Marancia shooting Risotto like just by himself. It was because Doppio threw the knives, so that was well played. But yeah, that fight was awesome, and I just really like that little flashback in that fight where he was thinking about his team and how they've been at this for so long and wanting to get to the boss and get revenge and get their place back and everything. I think that was super well done. Diavolo, that's what I wanted to say. Yeah, I just had a brain for his name. I'll take Risotto and Diavolo. I mean, I think in my tier list I add Risotto above Diavolo as well. I think they were just close to each other. Fate made his move, yes sir. Darby. So yeah, is there something else I wanted to say about Risotto? Yeah, I mean, again, this 10 Metallica, very cool, man, very awesome. So entering the top 3. Okay, so who you guys think is top 3? I was gonna maybe do like tell you guys who's the top 2 and 3, and you guys decide on who's the top 2, who's the top 3, but so Cecile says I think Ringo is top 3. Okay, actually look at sure. Alright, so top 3 we have Sandman. This might surprise some people, I'm not sure, but Sandman is top 3 for me. Yeah, it's crazy to me still that Sandman is actually the opening character of part 7. Like, it still is crazy, but it makes sense in terms of the themes and the setup to the race and the setting of the time that the race is taking place, you know, the late 80s, or not 80s, but 1890s. So yeah, Sandman, I think his introduction to his character was awesome. I mean, if you guys go back, I really enjoyed Sandman when he was first introduced. The fact that he's the only one racing on foot was just insane. And obviously, I mean, we get some good stuff with him, and then he kind of disappears from the story. I mean, we see him here and there, but he really isn't present for, I would say, almost 30 chapters. And then once he comes back, he gets his fight. Obviously we see his stand in action a little bit before, but we don't know it's him. So we see him fight against Johnny and Gyro, but especially Johnny. Great fight, love his stand, the design of his stand as well. He's a sad character in the way that he hates, you know, the white men's and, you know, everything that the USA and America is becoming. But he needs money to accomplish his goals, so he has to kind of just fall into what he hates, right? to get what he wants. And in the end, he just dies not being able to really accomplish much. So yeah, tragic character there. There's a theory that's the Sandman that fought Johnny isn't the same from the one at the start. Yeah, with Valentine's Stand. Yeah, I mean, with Valentine's Stand, you could just, yeah, make those theories that, like, you know, you can say that about Valentine. Sandman, it's a cool idea, cool thought. I don't mind it. Alright. So, top 2 is... I think now it's a little bit more obvious. So top 2, we have Ringo. So yeah, Ringo, amazing side antagonist. I've actually liked him more as time went on, not just because I'm thinking back to his character and everything, but because the story actually kind of, through Valentine, it actually makes Ringo's character even better. The fact that he hated conformism so much, in a way, when Valentine is just still in that lane of conformism. Once again, another tragic character. There's a lot of those characters in part 7. There's a lot of tragic characters. We've seen it last time with Diego, so yeah, it just continues to be a thing, so... I liked how he thought, he was thinking about his sister as well as he was dying. That was a great moment. I do think I'll talk a little bit more about that, you know. I don't want to talk too much about it because I want to keep those thoughts once I finish part 7, because I do plan on either a big video or a stream where I just, you know, review and talk about the part in general, what I liked, maybe some of my critique. But yeah, short-lived character in Sandman, but really enjoyed it. So yeah, Ringo, awesome introduction. Again, one of the few side villains that has a time ability. Most of the time those are reserved for the main villain. Yeah, he had great dynamics everywhere with Jaro, with Johnny. That fight was just insane. Definitely one of my peaks of part 7 and of the entire series. Yeah, I think just the entire idea of conformism, a true man's world, how he makes Gyro grow. It just helps to make a character grow throughout the entire part, really. Is a big reason of why Johnny and Gyro grew so much. So yeah, Ringo, awesome side antagonist. Welcome to the true man's world, Yokoso. Otoko no Sekai, yeah. Can't wait to hear that in the anime. That's definitely also, I mean, yeah, this might be like... This might be like top 4, maybe top 5 of the like fights or moments, chapters that I'm most looking forward to see animated. So yeah, I just can't wait, man, to see how that look like, who his voice actor is going to be, how his time ability, his ability, his stand in general is going to be adapted. And that, like, I can just picture that fight between Gyro and Ringo at the end, just looking awesome. I think they're gonna cook with that. I'm pretty hopeful in that, so I feel like Ringo is just gonna get better and better as well with the anime for me. Such a great manga animation on YouTube of it. Might look at it once I'm done with part 7. Okay, so top 1 now, if it wasn't clear already. It's Diego. So yeah, Dio is awesome, man. Diego, I mean, definitely one of, again, his top 3. at this point, top 3 characters for me in part 7. By far the best side antagonist in JoJo's up until this point. So yeah, once again, just like Ringo, just like Sandman, just a very tragic character, just had a very bad life and try to get revenge for it, for his mother and everything, and it just didn't lead him too much, and he just died alone on the track. Also, the way he died, cut in half, super brutal. Like his expression as he's dying, like he says I won, he says I won and everything, but I generally don't think he actually believes it. I think deep down he knew that Valentine was still alive, but he had to tell himself that. There's different way you can interpret what he thought when he was dying, but that's mine. And then yeah, again, his dynamic with Gyro in this part was awesome, amazing. Obviously with Johnny here, I do hope we get to see our characters talk about Diego a little bit more throughout the manga before we end up. We get a little bit more about Diego. Again, Johnny thinking about Diego. Or Johnny, Gyro, I don't know what I said, but... also, the way Stan works in terms of his character, him being a dinosaur, obviously Dio being a vampire earlier. What else? Oh yeah, also the fact that he did so well against the main villain. Like he almost beat Valentine. Like Valentine was almost lucky a little bit there, but yeah, he did so well in that fight. He was so cool. And once again, just like Risotto versus Diavolo, like those villains versus villain fights are always so good. In anything, not just JoJo's. So the fact that we got to see villain versus villain, again, one of the best fights in the series, just like Risotto. I cannot wait to see how that's animated with Diego's VA, which is probably going to be the same Koyasu, the same voice actor as the previous Dio. So very excited for that as well. So yeah, that's about my top 10. For side villains now, yeah, I mean, I was debating on maybe adding Doppio as well in there, because he's technically kind of a different character than Diavolo, but not really. So I didn't include Doppio because he's a weird one. Like, you could say it's just, it's still part of Diavolo. So I didn't add him, but if we were to count Doppio as a character, then I'd probably put him in there, like somewhere around top 9. Maybe even higher, top 8, I don't know. And then the other one was Wicca People. So same thing with Wicca People, kind of a weird one, because in the end he wasn't really a villain or an antagonist. He was actually helping us. He started as one, but then he changed. So with him, I decided to not put him in here. But once again, if we were to count him as an antagonist, then he would probably be like, he would be top 5. He would be at the number 5. Scary monsters, yes sir. We had a similar top 5, so let me go back to your top 5. So yeah, Diego, just like me. Oh yeah, Ringo top 2 as well, yeah. Vanilla Ice, and I know you like Vanilla Ice, I know you told me this before. Risotto 4, and then 5 Sandman. Yeah, so basically Sandman, you change Vanilla Ice and Sandman and we have the same top 5. That's cool. Very nice. Well, yeah. So that's about it for what I wanted to do today. It's not gonna be too long of a stream. I know we only did 1 chapters. I usually like to do a little bit more than that, but so I'll do that later. So yeah, only 1 chapter. It was a good chapter though, I enjoyed it. With the sign, everything moving, gravity, it truly felt like the end of a JOJO part. Again, it gives me a little bit of similar feelings to part 6. How the entire world almost is shifting and moving around our characters as we're entering this end game. Yeah, we didn't get really much or anything of Valentine thinking about Diego or what just happened, so we'll see if we get any of that. I would like for it to happen, but I'm not sure if we're gonna get that, so we'll have to wait and see. Because he just had an insane experience, so to not even like consider and think about what just happened with Diego is crazy, but yeah, I'm excited to see where this goes with the corpse, especially with the corpse. I have no idea what the hell's gonna happen with the corpse. Like, I have a feeling Jaro and Johnny might fight Valentine, and I think Jaro's gonna die, and it feels like if he is to die, it's gonna be by the end of Valentine, so I'm expecting possibly that to happen, but in terms of the corpse, also I think Lucy will survive, it makes sense. But in terms of the corpse and what that's gonna do, and where that's gonna end up in the end, and everything, I have no idea what Araki is planning with that, like no idea, so that's the part that I'm just super excited to see, because super unpredictable, so yeah, so that's it. I think I'll end it here, no references here, yeah, it makes sense. Also, Jaru got bitten by that by that fish, so we gotta, I'm not gonna forget about that. So we'll see how that goes. So thanks everyone for being here. I don't know when we'll be back with the next stream, if I'm being honest, but hopefully it's soon for chapter 78, and we'll definitely do more chapters next time though. So I'll see you guys there. All right, bye bye.